Swift Premium Brown and Serve.
The Richard Simmons Show tomorrow morning at 9.
You know, I kind of feel sorry for Raven out there somewhere thinking she's a fugitive, running like an animal.
With a hunter on her trail, ready to kill.
The worst part of this is, what can I do about it? I can't put an APB out on her.
If you send the police after her, that might convince her that she really is a fugitive.
We got to do something. We've got to find Smiley Wilson before he finds her. Right now, these kids are only guilty of dangerous mischief. I would hate to see them named as accessories to murder.
Time is running out for me, and it's running out for you. Now, I'm tired of being a nice guy, and we can either do this one or two ways. The nice way, or the hard way. Wolfie! Cop, just get up. Shut up! Shut up and stay there. Open up! It's the police! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! All right, put the car going. Ah! You shot a cop! What the hell are you laughing about? You killed a cop! Shut up! That means the gas chamber.
Stop it!
What?
I said drop that gun or I'll kill you. With pleasure.
Now, take it easy, baby.
Just take it easy.
Wolfie, he's alive. It's only a fake. A fake.
What's he saying?
You shouldn't have shot me the gun. It's not real. Did you hear what I heard?
Yeah, I heard what you heard.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers Dryness. And by new Formula Era, a new combination of powerful cleaners concentrated into 1/4 cup.
Chocolate sauce, soaked in. Motor oil, seeped in. Collis oil, ground in. Unless you clean the dirts that go all the way through, your whole wash isn't clean. That's why we invented Era. Era has the power of cleaners for deep down dirt, for soaked in grease, for seeped in oil, for ground in collis oil. Penetrating cleaners concentrated to put more cleaning power on the stain. Watch Era clean all the way through these 3 layers of tough stains. Put a teaspoon of Era only on the top. Its power penetrates. Rub, run under warm water, and look. Era cleaned all the way through. And when you get the tough stains clean, your whole wash is clean. Era cleans all the way through.
I'm savings director of the McBride family. My job is to stop waste. Like cutting off the outlaws at the pass when no one's watching. Tough job, because I want what's right for my family. That means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers help keep my Sally a lot drier. And dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute. Slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Howdy. On this ranch, sheriffs wear hats. Deputies wear Pampers.
They sure help keep her drier.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
So what do? Do I go public? Do I tell the press what these idiots have done to Raven?
It's your decision, Derek.
You know what happens if I do that. First of all, the Bar Association will take Cliff Nelson to task on this.
They probably will.
And at the very least, his own clients will lose confidence in him.
I still don't know if I can save Calvin Stoner's job. If nothing happens to Raven, maybe I can get him off with a suspension.
If he's lucky.
But the thing that bothers me the most is Jinx, that this Jim Diedrichsen got her involved in this.
Derek, in a way, doesn't that indicate the true nature of this whole crazy enterprise?
Indicate what?
Well, you know that Jinx's reason for playing the role of Raven's victim was not for personal gain.
Of course not.
She wasn't a vengeful type. There was no malice in her motive.
She was an actress. She loved to act. She loved to joke.
If you want my advice, why don't you wait until we find Raven? Make sure that no harm has come to her.
We can wait, but Raven still may press charges against all of them.
If she does, we have no choice but to see that the guilty are punished. In the meantime, why don't we concentrate our efforts on finding her?
Well, we're trying, but we could use a little more information. Yeah. Yes, Helen. Oh, please, send her in. It's Nancy.
Really? She knew I was going to be here, but she didn't say she was meeting me.
Hi, I was told your meeting was over.
It's over, Nancy. Don't worry.
Didn't you tell me you were having lunch with Damian Tyler?
Yes, and I did.
How does a policeman without a paycheck buy lunch?
It was on the Monticello News. I interviewed him. I wanted to get his views on the brutality charges, and it turned out to be a bit more interesting than I expected.
Why was that?
Well, through some strange coincidence, Eddie Lorimer was at the restaurant, and he came over to our table, and he made a rather unusual offer.
Don't tell me he picked up the check.
He offered an exchange, Mike. He said that he would use his influence to get the brutality charges dropped.
It's the first time he's admitted to having influence.
Well, he said that he could get his secretary, Poppy Johnson, get her to change her story about the beatings as well as the bribery.
In exchange for what?
In exchange for dropping the charges against a man named Vincent Green.
The nerve of this guy.
Do you think he was really serious?
Oh, yeah, he certainly seemed so to me. He said this Mr. Green is a valued employee. I thought that you would find this interesting, Derek.
I do find it interesting. Very interested in knowing just why this punk is so valuable to Eddie Lorimer.
Please don't worry about it, Dr. Cavanaugh. It's quite all right.
Well, I can assure you Nicole was really looking forward to this dinner party.
You say this sudden trip to Los Angeles was for an award ceremony?
Yeah, it was really quite an honor for her. She was chosen local television newscaster of the year by a television news association.
Well, that's marvelous. You must be very proud of her.
I sure am, but I'm terribly sorry that it postpones our dinner with you, especially since Jody was so looking forward to meeting this art expert friend of yours.
Yes, Barclay will be disappointed, too. No, wait, I have a suggestion.
Oh, what's that?
Never mind the dinner. We can do that another time. In fact, when your wife returns, I hope you'll allow us to take you both to a small celebration.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
But since the main idea was for Barclay to see the painting and give us his opinion about it, why don't we just stop by for a drink?
Well, this evening, fine. That'd be fine.
Oh, wonderful. We won't stay long, an hour or less. Would 6:30 be a good time?
Let's see. Yes, that'd be perfect.
I look forward to seeing you again. And the portrait.
Oh, listen, there is something that I might mention about the picture.
What's that?
Well, we did find something that might provide a clue. It's a word written on the edge of the cameo the lady's wearing.
A word? What does it say?
Well, unless we're reading it wrong, it seems to be the word eridu, E-R-I-D-U. Didn't mean much to us.
Nor to me, I'm afraid. Eridu?
Yeah, we looked it up in the encyclopedia. It's the name of some ancient city, but we don't know if there's any connection. Seems pretty doubtful.
Well, and perhaps Barclay will tell us about it. See you later this evening, then.
All right, bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Father, where did you hear the name?
It was on the painting.
Well, I never saw it.
Neither did I. The letters must be microscopic.
Oh, Father, it's getting out of hand.
Yes. We have to end this thing right now.
Yeah, but do you think that a fool like Barclay can end it? Why do you think that?
Because he is such a fool.
Oh,
I suppose we must go.
Yeah, we're late as it is.
Hello?
Oh, for heaven's sake, I was just thinking about you.
Great. Maybe that means you're going to accept my invitation
What invitation is that?
to have lunch with Gavin and me. I tried to call you before, but you were at the hospital.
I just got back from the hospital. Unfortunately, I don't have time to accept your kind invitation.
I knew you were going to say that, but you have to have a sandwich or something. Come on, it'll only take go 3/4 of an
Wait a
hour.
minute, I get it. You've just appointed yourself substitute chairman of the Make Sure Miles Stays Healthy committee while Nicole is away, is that it?
Yes, because you know you are absolutely notorious for not following your own advice.
Would you not worry about me. Nicole is only going to be away a few days. I can last that long, I promise.
Yes, but she specifically asked me to watch out.
Oh, did she? Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to do something along those lines, you can play hostess tonight.
Tonight? What's happening tonight?
Well, I had to cancel dinner with the Endicotts because Nicole is away, but they suggested they might come over just for a drink and bring their art expert friend with them.
That's a great idea. I'm really dying to know what he has to say about the portrait. Which reminds me, did you and Nicole ever get in touch with Mrs. Ingersoll?
Yes, we called. We didn't talk to her.
Why not?
I'm afraid there's bad news about Mrs. Ingersoll.
Bad news? What do you mean?
Well, the fact is that Mrs. Ingersoll was killed in an accident.
Oh, no, how awful.
I'm afraid it's true, though.
Oh, the poor woman. You know, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, now there are 2 deaths associated with the painting.
Well, now, they're not really associated,
But
Jody.
you know what I mean. I mean, 2 people are dead. First, my mother, who owned it. Now, Mrs. Ingersoll, who found it.
If you have a happy dog, then the owner has to be happy, too.
Ray Perry, top breeder of champion Kerry Blue Terriers.
I believe that the Calcan feeding program is the most important thing in a dog's life.
Big, beefy chunks of Calcan is what makes my dogs really enjoy eating.
Calcan has protein for strong muscles, vitamins for sharp eyes, calcium for strong bones and teeth, and whole egg for a shiny coat. He thinks I'm a can of Calcan.
Calcan, recommended by top breeders to help make your dog top breeder healthy.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the whole thing has just unraveled all over the place, and it's turned into a big mess. Mr. Chief would have called you out on the carpet, too, if you had had anything to do with it.
But I did. It all started with me. When Raven walked into the Whitney Theater and saw me standing on stage.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, you just weren't involved in planning any of this crazy scam. As a matter of fact, after all that's happened, I'm having trouble remembering who did.
Smiley Wilson did. It's more obvious now than it was then.
Do you think it's possible that he had that money-making possibility in his mind from the very beginning?
I wouldn't put it past him. God, this has turned into some kind of nightmare, Calvin. I mean, what's going to happen to these people and to Raven?
I don't know. I know Cliff stands to lose his license and not be able to practice law. I've got a good chance of losing this badge I'm carrying.
That's terrible, Calvin. But you guys didn't set out to hurt her. It was just a prank.
Doesn't matter. Look, you give a guy a hot foot as a prank. If he should burn to death, you're still responsible, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's right.
I just hope that Raven is okay. Somehow she just gets back here in one piece.
And sore, very sore.
You can bet your life on that. I'm sure she's going to be spoiling for revenge, and she's going to be able to get it, too. Against me, against Cliff, against Mitzi, everyone.
I don't want to think about it, Calvin.
Neither do I, because if it comes to that, pal, the joke is definitely going to be on us. Aditi. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, wait a minute. Where you going? I mean, why are you being so unfriendly?
I'm not being unfriendly, Calvin. I just came in here for a quick sandwich, not conversation.
Sounds like you're kind of busy.
I am.
You working on some case? Something juicy?
Oh, my usual sordid little case. A young man accused of burglary, all because a friend of his left some stolen goods in his closet.
Hey, wait a minute. Roll that back by me again.
I was just going to have one.
No, hold it. What's this about this case? I mean, sounds a little bit familiar.
A number of cases have a very depressing similarity, don't they?
Yes, I'd say so, but what I mean is I just arrested somebody recently who I found had a closet full of loot. This guy's name is Vince Green. Now, he wouldn't by any chance be your client, would he?
As a matter of fact, he is.
Excuse me. Miss Bannister, are you aware Vince Green is the guy who burglarized the Endicott Gallery?
That's your opinion. That's not what he said.
What are you talking about? He stole Jody Travis's portrait.
So what does that mean, Calvin? Does that mean that I can't defend him because you were the one who arrested him? Because someone that you know was his alleged victim? You know, Detective Stoney, you have a very personal view of the law. I would look out for that tendency if I were you.
Wait, now, just a minute. I've got a personal view. Are you absolutely sure you didn't take on this case out of some need for revenge?
Excuse me, I'd like to look at the menu.
Howdy! What have we here?
A mismatch, Minnie. This new tile's the color my floor's supposed to be, but just look at the difference.
That's because you've got ground-in dirt stuck in these little crevices. You need spick and span. It cleans into crevices and lifts out ground-in dirt that dulls your floor's color.
But is it safe?
For no wax, of course.
I'm a believer, Minnie.
Don't believe me, believe the results you see. Spick and span helps your floor show its true colors.
My mom always says...
A penny saved is a penny earned.
I save with this.
Place not, want not. Dawn handles more grease for the money.
Are you sure?
Am I your mother? Look, I've washed greasy dishes in an average bargain liquid, and Dawn. See, Dawn handles more grease for the money. Keeps grease away from dishes.
With Dawn, dishes look great. My hands don't feel greasy.
They'd look better with a wedding ring.
Next time, call.
Dawn, handle more grease for your money. You know, when Drew and I first started out, times were pretty tough. So we cut corners whenever we could. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I've tried cheaper shortenings. But I came back to Crisco. Because Crisco makes my chicken taste like something special with no greasy taste.
Mighty tasty.
Chicken this good must mean you're doing something right.
Come on, all let's eat.
All vegetable, no cholesterol, Crisco.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Well, I'm sorry you can't join us.
So am I, but I got a patient due in here in 5 minutes.
Listen, do you want me to get you a sandwich or
Oh,
anything?
Jody, it's all right. I'll send out for something later. Besides, Mrs. Goodman is going to have a sumptuous meal prepared for us when we get home.
Okay. Oh, maybe we should get something for those people who are coming tonight.
Jody, they're just coming for cocktails.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we should have, like, hors d'oeuvres or canapes. I don't even know the difference.
I don't really think you have to bother.
Aha. I've got it. I'll stop at the Gourmet Bakery and pick up something. How does that grab ya? Okay?
All right, you do that.
Okay,
Fine.
good. Wait a second. I don't know how many people to get for. Let's see, there's 6. Is that right? There's me, and there's you, and there's Gavin, and the 2 Endicott's, and their friends. So that's 6. I know what I could get. You think I'm silly, don't you?
No, I think you're adorable. And just a little bit of a pest.
I know. I'm leaving. I'm going to let you get to work. I just want everything to come out nice.
You're going to make some man a wonderful wife one of these days.
What do you mean, some man? There's only one man in my life.
I wish I could say I approve of all of this, Chad, but I'm concerned about your father's reaction.
And you'll be sure he finds out, won't you?
Well, I should have thought you'd have written him yourself. He'd be interested to know what you're doing this summer.
You make this sound as if it's some kind of summer job.
Surely you're not pretending it's permanent. You're not the type to live in garrets, my boy.
Actually, I'm only living in half a garret. I'm sharing this place with an acting teacher named Diedrichson.
Oh, you are. Where's he at the moment?
He only works in the late afternoons and evenings.
Oh. Well, I think it's a lovely idea, whether or not your father approves.
Thanks, Grace. It's nice to know someone approves of what I'm doing.
We're both on your side, Chad. That's why we're here, to wish you the best. And to assure you that when you do paint something worthwhile, Grace will be happy to exhibit it.
Absolutely. Oh, Father, I almost forgot. Tell Chad about your idea for earning money this summer.
Oh.
Please.
Well, I'm sure you realize that the fastest way for a young artist to make money is by painting portraits. You're very good at faces. I thought perhaps we might find you some commissions.
Well, the truth is I never actually enjoyed it. Businessmen wanting to look like statesmen, homely women wanting to look beautiful.
I know one portrait you would probably not mind painting.
Whose?
Jody Travis.
Why, that's a lovely idea, Grace. Didn't we hear she has a birthday coming soon?
Oh, yes.
We could give her the portrait as a gift.
She already has a portrait, though. It may not be her, but it certainly looks like her.
But you see, that doesn't matter at all, because if she likes the portrait that you paint of her, then she won't be as interested in the other one.
Of course, there is one hardship, my boy. It would mean spending a great deal of time with the young woman.
You should have a drink, Nora. Your nerves are shot.
Don't you pretend you're not as nervous as I am. Chief Mallory will be here any minute. If you ask me, we should have packed and left an hour ago.
They're coming to see Mrs. Saxon, not us.
Remember what I said. Don't say anything about Smiley.
I don't know anything about him. He's your friend, not mine.
And don't you mention those friends of mine in New York. If you do, I'll swear you were in on it, too. If I get in trouble, you get in trouble.
I'll get it. I don't think you could make it to the door. I think your guests have arrived, Mrs. Saxon.
Spencer?
Come in, please.
Geraldine, I hope you don't mind my coming by, but I was with Mike and Derek, and they decided to come over.
I couldn't be more pleased to see you.
Geraldine? Geraldine?
Chief Mallory, let's go into the living room. I'm really terribly upset by what you told me on the phone about Raven.
It was hard for us to believe, Geraldine, but apparently it's true.
Mike, this is awful. Perhaps you'd all like some coffee.
Oh, I'd like some coffee. I haven't had lunch yet.
Well, then you must have something. Nora, Spencer, would you prepare something, please?
Oh, don't go to any trouble. Coffee will be fine.
Yes, sir.
I understand that at the beginning, these people hadn't intended to hurt Raven.
But apparently there were two groups involved in this thing. One only intending a practical joke, and the other intent on extortion.
That's exactly the case, Geraldine, and the problem. Because right now, the people who hope to profit from Raven's dilemma are still at large.
That's why we have to know everything that you know, Geraldine.
She was running away, and she thought she was jumping bail.
Why? Why wouldn't Nora and Spencer tell me that she was ill, that she'd had a nervous breakdown?
That's a good question. Why would Nora and Spencer tell you that?
Geraldine, I'm afraid it's because they were part of this scheme.
You're alive. You're the same cop from Monticello.
Munch a bunch of munch a bunch of munch a bunch of munch of Fritos corn chips go with lunch. Munch a bunch of munch a bunch of munch a bunch of munch of Fritos corn chips go with lunch.
Since 1932, the one and only original Fritos brand, America's favorite corn chip.
Munch a bunch of munch a bunch munch of Fritos go with lunch.
For 50 years, Fritos brand corn chips. They wouldn't have lasted so long if they didn't munch so good.
This is great, huh, Jenny? Our favorite, Honey Nut Cheerios. The crunchy taste of honey and nuts and...
But where's the bee?
What a taste.
The bee! It's gonna tempt your tummy with the taste of nuts and honey. It's a honey M&O. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Tastes crunchy. And it's a good part of this nutritious breakfast.
Sure is one honey of an O.
That's right. Hey, the bee.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Sunday, 2 network television premieres starting at 7, 6 Central and Mountain. First, a prince trades his crown for a suit of rags and crossed swords. Then, he was born to a past that wouldn't let go. Brooke Shields, Susan Sarandon, Judd Hirsch, King of the Gypsies.
It's true, we invented the story about the nervous breakdown.
But it was with Mrs. Whitney's consent. She told us what to say to Detective Tyler.
This is absolutely incredible.
Then neither one of you deny cooperating in this hoax against Mrs. Whitney.
No, sir, we don't deny it.
Why, Spencer, why? Why would you do such a thing? You've never been disloyal to Mrs. Whitney.
It was all a joke. That's all. We did it for fun.
Pretty strange idea of fun.
We know now we were wrong, Mrs. Carr. But we can't deny our involvement.
I hope you both know that you're going to lose your jobs over this.
But we weren't the only ones.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that too much, Miss Fulton. Everyone involved will get the punishment he deserves.
Here, just drink this. Here you go. Careful. You were fantastic.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? A great performance. Maybe my last.
No. You're gonna be all right. I'm gonna call an ambulance right now, okay?
Wait. There's something I have to tell you.
What? What?
You didn't kill her.
What?
Jinx Avery. You didn't kill her. It was all a joke.
Just in case you're hugged 100 times today. Just in case you don't see eye to eye. Just in case things aren't going your way. You've got your Dial.
Dial, the leading deodorant soap, has twice the active ingredient of the #2 brand. Twice as much for confidence all day long.
Just in case. Aren't you glad you used Dial?
Louise is making lamb tonight. What should we bring?
Hey, the annual chili cooking contest will be held this Saturday and Sunday.
How do I clean up after this upside-down cake?
You can always count on SOS, because no matter how dirty, greasy, baked, or burnt your pots and pans get, nothing cleans them faster or easier than a super grease-cutting SOS soap pad.
Were the spare ribs sticky?
Maybe just a touch. SOS, it's crazy to cook without it.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, coverage of the President's European Summit and the war in the Falklands. Also, Beatrice Straight and Christopher Walken on Good Morning America.
Tonight, the cops get snowed when a blizzard buries the precinct on Barney Miller. After, Jim could become the king of television when his psychic powers make him a foolproof picker of program hits on Taxi, followed by the truth behind the man behind the bureau, J. Edgar Hoover. An ABC News close-up tonight on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, British attack expected on Port Stanley.
We've got to expect a battle. We do expect a battle.
Plus, Frank Reynolds with the President for the Economic Summit at Versailles. Stay with ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Women all over the country are singing a new tune.
Hold that tiger! Hold that tiger!
Presenting La Tigre.
This is Stormfield. Coming up for you on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, a little Yonkers boy mysteriously disappears. Also, Brazil takes military action in the Falklands War. British troops reportedly get the go-ahead to attack the Falklands capital when ready. And we'll have this report.
Pawnbrokers are happy about a new law. It only requires them to hold on to hot stuff for 6 months. Details coming up.
Also, curtains for the king of the purse snatchers, and you'll meet the woman known affectionately as Bionic Granny at 5.
Coffee break, Mr. Adams?
Mm-hmm. With Cremora.
A milkman using a...